Hello viewers, I have been discussing some previous year question papers related to UGC NET Paper 1 General, which is common paper for all. And in that endeavor, I have already uploaded more than 15 videos if I'm not wrong. And this is the next video that I will upload, and this paper is related to 2016 to 2016 June or July if I'm not wrong. I hope you all are doing great. You all are practicing question papers. You all are appearing in mock tests, and please stick to the syllabus. If you do not stick to the syllabus, then you may face difficulties. Okay, so without uh, any discussion, now let's try to solve the question. Number one question that we have got is select the alternative which consists of positive factors contributing to effectiveness of teaching. List of factors are: A. Teacher's knowledge of the subject. B. Teacher's socio-economic background. C. Communication skill of the teacher. D. Teacher's ability to please the students. E. Teacher's personal contact with students. F. Teacher's competence in managing and monitoring the classroom transactions. So these are the options. Which one will be correct? In 1 it says B, C and D. In 2 it says C, D and F. 3 B, D and E. 4 A, C and F. So what will be correct? So the correct answer will be A, C and F. That means 4 will be correct. A, C and F. Okay, what was A? A was teaching knowledge of the subject, teacher's knowledge of the subject, then communication skill of the teacher, and then teacher's competence in managing and monitoring the class. So these are the alternative which consist of positive factors which contribute uh, to the effectiveness of teaching. Okay, next question. It says the use of teaching aids is justified on the grounds of what? Attracting students' attention in the classroom, minimizing indiscipline problems in the classroom, optimizing learning outcomes of students, effective engagement of students in learning task. What do you think? Choose one option inside your brain, and now I will tell you the correct answer of number 2 will be the use of teaching aids is justified on the grounds of optimizing learning outcomes of students. That means number 3. Number 3 is the correct option. Number 3 says assertion is given. Assertion says A. The purpose of higher education is to promote critical and creative thinking abilities among students. Reason is saying R. These abilities ensure job placements. Now choose the correct answer from the following code. Number 1 says both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. 2. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is true, but R is false. A is false, but R is true. Choose one option. Okay, let me tell you the correct answer. Correct answer will be both A and R, both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. That means 2, 3, 2. Then okay, moving on, we have got number 4. It says match the items of the first set with that of the second set in respect of evaluation system. Choose the correct code. We have set 1 and set 2. I will first read set 1. In set 1, we have 4 options: formative evaluation, summative evaluation, continuous and comprehensive evaluation, norm and criterion reference test. In set 2 we have evaluating cognitive and co-cognitive aspect with regularity, test and their interpretations based on a group and certain yardsticks, grading the final learning outcomes, quizzes and discussions. Now we have to match. Options are like this. I will not read the entire options, but I will tell you the correct answer. Okay, let me give you the correct answer. The correct answer will be A. That means A will be means number 1. A, formative evaluation, it will be related to quizzes and discussion. B3, summative evaluation will be related to grading the final outcomes. C1, continuous and comprehensive evaluation is related to evaluating cognitive and co-cognitive aspect with regularity. D2, norm and criterion reference test, it is related to test and their interpretations based on a group and certain yardsticks. Done? Okay, finish. Okay, so far we have done 4 questions. Now let's try to do number 5. It says a researcher intends to explore the effect of possible factors for the organization of effective midday meal interventions. Which research method will be most appropriate for this study? Historical method, descriptive survey method, experimental method, ex post facto method. Okay, you must have understood the question. Let me tell you the correct answer. A researcher intends to explore the effect of possible factors for the organization of effective and midday meal interventions. Ex post facto method will be most appropriate for this study. That means number 4 option will be correct. Number 6 says, which of the following is an initial mandatory requirement for pursuing research? Which of the following is an initial mandatory requirement for pursuing research? Developing a research design, formulating a research question, deciding about the data analysis procedure, formulating a research hypothesis. So, choose one option. Let me tell you now correct option. Correct option of 6, it will be for formulating a research question. Okay, this is an initial and also mandatory requirement for pursuing research. Number 7 says, the format of thesis writing is the same as in preparation of a research paper or article, writing of seminar presentation, a research dissertation, presenting a workshop or conference paper. Number 7. So the format of thesis writing is the same as in a research dissertation. Okay, these are quite similar. Number 8 says, in qualitative research paradigm, which of the following features may be considered critical? Maybe, it is saying maybe. Data collection with standardized research tools, sampling design with probability sampling sample techniques, data collection with bottom-up empirical evidences, data gathering to take place with top-down systematic evidences. So, according to my research, I have left no stone unturned to find the correct option, but still there is enough room for what you can say is misconception or wrong answer. Therefore, whatever I say, do not treat it as an absolute truth. Always try to do your own verification. So according to my research, this question's answer is number A3. That means data collection with bottom-up empirical evidences. Number 9. From the following list of statements, identify the set which has negative implications for research ethics. Number 1 says, a researcher critically looks at the findings of another research. Related studies are cited without proper references. Research findings are made the basis for policy making. Conduct of practitioner is screened in terms of reported research evidences. A research study is replicated with a view to verify the evidences from other researchers. Both policy making and policy implementing processes are regulated in terms of preliminary studies. 6 options are given. Now we have to choose the correct options. 4 options are given: 1, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4, 2, 4 and 6, 1, 2 and 5. So the correct option for this question, it will be number 3. That means 2 is correct. That is, related studies are cited without proper references. 4, a research study is replicated with a view to verify the evidences from other researchers. Then 6, both policy making and policy implementing processes are regulated in terms of preliminary studies. Done. Number 3 is the correct answer. Number 10. Now, number 10 says, in a research on the effect of child rearing practices on a stress proneness of children in completing school projects, the hypothesis formulated is that child rearing practices do influence stress proneness. At the data analysis stage, a null hypothesis is advanced to find out the tenability of research hypothesis. On the basis of the evidence available, the null hypothesis is rejected at 0.01 level of significance. What decision may be warranted in respect of the research hypothesis? The research hypothesis will also be rejected. The research hypothesis will be accepted. Both the research hypothesis and the null hypothesis will be rejected. No decision can be taken in respect of the research hypothesis. Choose one option. So the correct answer will be the research hypothesis will be accepted. Let me mark it. I have done it. Now number 11. Number 11, here we have to read a passage and then we have to answer the question. Let me read it for you. Read the following passage carefully and answer question numbers from 11 to 16. In terms of labor, for decades the relatively low cost and high quality of Japanese workers conferred considerable competitive advantage across numerous durable goods and consumer electronics industries. For example, machinery, automobiles, televisions, radios. Then labor-based advantages shifted to South Korea, then to Malaysia, Mexico, and other nations. Today, China appears to be capitalizing best on the basis of labor. Japanese firms still remain competitive in market for such durable goods, electronics, and other products, but the labor force is no longer sufficient for competitive advantage over manufacturers in other industrializing nations. Such shifting of labor-based advantage is clearly not limited to manufacturing industries. Today, a huge number of IT and service jobs are moving from Europe and North America to India, Singapore, and like countries with relatively well-educated, low-cost workforces possessing technical skills. However, as educational levels and technical skills continue to rise in other countries, India, Singapore, and like nations enjoying labor-based competitive advantage today are likely to find such advantage cannot be sustained through emergence of new competitors. In terms of capital, for centuries the days of gold coins and later even paper money restricted financial flows. Subsequently, regional concentrations were formed where large banks in industries and markets coalesced. But today, capital flows in internationally at rapid speed. Global commerce no longer requires regional interactions among business players. Regional capital concentrations in places such as New York, London, and Tokyo still persist, of course, but the capital concentrated there is no longer sufficient for competitive advantage over other capitalists distributed worldwide. Only if an organization is able to combine, integrate, and apply its resource, that is, for example, land, labor, capital, IT, in an effective manner that there is not readily imitable by competitors, can such an organization enjoy competitive advantage sustainable over time. In a knowledge-based theory of the firm, this idea is extended to view organizational knowledge as a resource with at least the same level of power and importance as the traditional economic inputs. An organization with superior knowledge can achieve competitive advantage in markets that appreciate the application of such knowledge. Semiconductors, genetic engineering, pharmaceuticals, software, military warfare, and like knowledge intensive competitive arenas provide both time proven and current examples. Consider semiconductors, e.g., computer chips, which are made principally of sand and common metals. These ubiquitous and powerful electronic devices are designed within common office buildings using commercially available tools and fabricated within factories in many industrialized nations. Hence, land is not the key competitive resource in the semiconductor industry. I have finished reading the passage. Now, based on the passage, we have to answer the following questions. Number 11 says, which country enjoyed competitive advantages in automobile industry for decades? South Korea, Japan, Mexico, Malaysia. So the correct answer will be number 2, that is Japan. You all know about Japan. Japan is very rich. They are affluent in technology. Number 12, why labor-based competitive advantages of India and Singapore cannot be sustained in IT and service sectors due to diminishing levels of skill, due to capital-intensive technology making inroads, because of new competitors, because of shifting of labor-based advantage in manufacturing industries. So choose one. So the correct answer will be because of new competitors. Because of new competitors. Number 13, how can an organization enjoy competitive advantage sustainable over time? Through regional capital flows, through regional interactions among business players, by making large banks, industries, and market uh, coalesced, by effective use of various instrumentalities. So here, as usual, I would like to mention that due to uh, non-nativity, my pronunciation, it may feel sometimes odd and incomprehensible, and I am extremely sorry for that. It happens owing to various reasons, like I am not a native speaker and English is my fifth language. That can be reason I have just said, so don't get disturbed by it. I'm trying to improve, however. So 13 number, so correct answer will be by effective use of various instrumentalities. This will be correct answer. Number 4. Number 14 says, what is required to ensure competitive advantages in specific markets? Access to capital, common office buildings, superior knowledge, common metals. So the correct option will be number 3, superior knowledge. Okay, superior knowledge. Superior knowledge. Number 15, the passage also mentions about the trend of what? Global financial flow, absence of competition in manufacturing industry, regionalization of capitalists, organizational incompatibility. Number 15. So the correct answer will be global financial flow according to my research. But please do your own research. Number 16. What does the author lay stress on in the passage? International commerce, labor-intensive industries, capital resource management, knowledge-driven competitive advantage. So the correct option will be number 4, that is knowledge-driven competitive advantage. Number 17. Number 17 says, imagine you are working in an educational institution where people are of equal status. Which method of communication is best suited and normally employed in such a context? Horizontal, vertical, corporate, and cross communication. What do you think? Correct answer will be horizontal communication. This is best suited and appropriate and relevant. Number 18. Identify the important element a teacher has to take cognizance of while addressing students in a classroom. Avoidance of proximity, voice modulation, repetitive pause, fixed posture. So correct answer will be voice modulation. So when you will be teaching in a classroom, at that time, according to circumstance, you have to change your voice. You can be little loud, little slow, like that. Voice modulation must be done. 19 says, what are the barriers to effective communication? Moralizing, being judgmental, and comments of consolation, dialogue, summary, and self-review, use of simple words, cool reaction and defensive attitude, personal statements, eye contact, and simple narration. So the correct option for this question will be number 1, that is moralizing, being judgmental, and comments of consolation. Number 20 says, the choice of communication partners is influenced by factors of what? Proximity, utility, loneliness, utility, secrecy, dissonance, secrecy, dissonance, deception, dissimilarity, dissonance, divines. 20. Correct option for this question, it will be number 1, that is proximity, utility, loneliness. You can pull the door. That's all for this video. We have done 20 questions. Now let's try to do the rest in our next or upcoming video. Thank you so much.